Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. At the touch of love everyone becomes a poet. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. If a man neglects education, he walks lame to the end of his life. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. The measure of a man is what he does with power. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Those who are too smart to engage in politics are punished by being governed by those who are dumber. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future life. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. The soul takes flight to the world that is invisible, but there arriving she is sure of bliss and forever dwells in paradise. Ideas are the source of all things. The price of apathy towards public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. No law or ordinance is mightier than understanding. The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. Courage, above all things, is the first quality of a warrior. Friends have all things in common. Necessity is the mother of invention. The measure of a man is what he does with power. The eyes of the soul of the multitudes are unable to endure the vision of the divine. Philosophy is the highest music. Excess of liberty, whether it lies in state or individuals, seems only to pass into excess of slavery. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. The most important part of education is proper training in the nursery. The soul of man is immortal and imperishable. No one ever teaches well who wants to teach, or governs well who wants to govern. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it.